So, John.
Yes.
To rosin or not to rosin?
Wow, this is the thing, isn't it? We all have to rosin.
We do, to a certain degree.
We have to rosin.
Absolutely. I'm a big rosiner. Yeah. I love my rosin. Yeah. I love, like, particularly on my violin, you know, I put on tons of it and then I barely touch it and boom, it works.
You like the clouds.
I do.
You like a good cloud.
Breathe it in. No, don't.
Okay, that's interesting, because I think on violas the tension means that actually you want a little bit less. You want a little bit sink. You still need some, but you've got to be able to sink the string, otherwise the instrument sort of chokes somehow, and you don't get that sort of lovely resonance above the sound.
Yeah.
So it's all about pulling from the hand rather than using the rosin to do the work. But
as long as you can be heard,
yes,
then you're okay, aren't you?
True.
So if we've got a nice new block of rosin, happen to have one here that I prepared earlier.
Yep.
Here we go. It'll come with a little cloth round it, and that's really, it's to protect the rosin, but really it's to protect your fingers, because it's really sticky if you get it on your fingers, which is not very nice. But look, it looks really tasty, doesn't it? It looks really edible. It's a bit like a beautiful kind of sweet. Don't lick it. Not nice. What I do before I rosin my bow is I put my thumb across this metal bit here, because you can chip the rosin if you're not careful. So I've got my thumb across there just to protect the block. And then as I rosin the bow, as I'm pulling the bow up and down, I turn it slightly.
Yeah, clever.
Because if you don't, you get, you know, like a massive wedged, worn out through the middle, like a trench. So here I am with this one. Now, some people have clever ways to start off a block of rosin. I didn't know this was a thing until about an hour ago, apparently. I just go for it and sort of, you know, rub it in. But do you have a special way to start a block?
So normally when I'm doing rosin, I do really long, slow strokes.
Yeah.
But
if it's a new block,
then I would just start a little bit at the edge, doing little tiny ones, just to create some kind of friction and get rid of the shine.
Show us.
So just at the beginning, I would just do, let's create a corner. So you see, I'm already there.
Yes. So it stops being really lovely and shiny then and becomes cloudy.
Yeah, and I'd just create and I'd go round and then a bit more, more. But then afterwards it's really slow and heavy and long.
Yeah. So I listen very carefully when I rosin my bow, because I reckon you can hear whether you're a musician.
Well, you're not on a viola video.
I'm a violinist.
This isn't possible.
No, yeah. So when I'm doing it, if I consider it really well rosined if I can hear kind of like that. Yeah. So can you hear that with my mic? Very nice. There. But if you hear this, not so good, right? So as I go along, I need to try and listen and make sure that it's the same sound all the way along. So I'm turning it as I go. I'm really leaning in through my first finger there. I'm keeping my thumb over the metal bit. And I go up and down until it all sounds the same. And then I give it a quick blow. Otherwise, and then wrap it up, put it to bed. Done, easy.
And how often do you rosin roughly, on average?
I don't rosin roughly, John, but it depends how much I'm playing. So if I'm playing 9 hours a day, I will rosin every couple of days, maybe even every day. It depends what I'm playing. So if I'm playing Shostakovich, I'll probably be rosining more often than if I was just playing some just held backing strings kind of notes.
And how do you know when to put rosin on? What's the information telling you that?
Well, there's the really obvious one, which is the bald patch, where you're going along with your bow and then suddenly you can't hear anything, and it sort of skids. It feels like you sort of lost traction. So that's a really clear sign that you've gone way too far and haven't got enough on. But also, just sometimes you just think, this is just feeling a bit hard work. And then I'll put some on and then I actually relax more because I'm not trying to force the sound out.